Customizing your pie chart's appearance. You've got charts sitting on your spreadsheet, and now it's time to make them actually look good. We'll start with the pie chart. The first thing I'm going to do is head over to the chart design ribbon and adjust the color. I'll switch to colorful palette 2, which gives me that nice combination of green and blue tones. Small change, but it already feels more polished. Now, that chart title sitting up top, Student, isn't telling anyone much. We need something more descriptive. To edit it, just double-click directly on the title. It's really just a text box, so you can type whatever you want. I'll change mine to Student by Gender. And while I'm at it, I'll make it bold using Control B. The legend is sitting at the bottom, showing the male versus female. I'd rather have it on the right side of the chart. To move it, click the plus icon next to your chart. This opens your Chart Elements menu. You'll see options for chart title, data labels, and legend. The legend has a check mark because it's already visible, but if you hover over that option, a small arrow appears. Click it, and you can choose where you want the legend position. I'm selecting the right side. Still not happy with where it landed? No problem. The legend is just a text box too. Click and drag it closer to the chart if you want. You can even hop over to the Home tab and bump up the font size so it's easier to read. The chart looks better already, but it's still missing something, the actual value. I want to see how many each slice represents. These are called data labels. Click the plus icon again and check data labels. They'll appear, though the default placement might look a bit awkward. You've got placement options, center, inside end, outside end, best fit, or even a data callout format. I prefer inside end, but even then, I like to manually reposition them. Just click on a label and drag it again. They're text boxes, so you have full control over placement. I'm moving mine closer to the center of each slice. To make these labels pop, I'll select one and increase the font size to 14 points. Make it bold and change the color to white. For the second label, I'll just grab the Format Painter tool and click Instant Matching Formatting. That pie chart is done. Enhancing a line chart with style and markers. Moving on to the line chart. First step, as always, fix that title. I'll double-click and type Monthly Income 2026. Control B to bold it. Now, if you're looking to apply a lot of formatting quickly, the Chart Design tab has a collection of pre-built chart styles. Because Live Preview is enabled, you can just hover over each style to see how your chart would look. When you spot one you like, click it, and all that formatting applies instantly. I'm going with one of the cleaner styles that caught my eye. Here's a nice touch that many people skip, adding markers to highlight each data point along the line. These little dots make it much easier to see exactly where each month falls on the chart. To add them, click directly on the line itself, then right-click and choose Format Data Series. The panel that opens is context-sensitive. It changes based on what you've selected. Under Fill, you'll see options for line and marker. Expand marker options and enable them. From there, you can customize how the markers look. I'm choosing a solid fill and making them orange so they really stand out against the line. Something else this chart could use, axis titles. You want your audience to immediately understand what each axis represents without having to guess. You've already seen how the plus icon lets you add chart elements, but there's another way. The Chart Design ribbon has an Add Chart Element button in the first group. From there, you can add a primary horizontal axis title or a primary vertical one. As you hover over each option, a text box preview appears on your chart. If you want both axis titles at once, the plus icon method is faster. Just click Axis Titles and it adds both simultaneously. I'll label my vertical axis Income and my horizontal axis Month. One more optional touch. If you want the chart to visually separate from the spreadsheet background, select the chart, go to Format, and add a shape outline. A simple black outline creates a subtle but effective border. Formatting column and bar charts. Let's tackle the column chart next. Double-click the title and type Income by Season. Control B for bold, keeping things consistent. This time, I want to pick a specific color for my bars, not just accept whatever the theme gives me. With the bars selected, go to Format, then Shape Fill, and choose any color. I'm selecting a green shade. Now here's something that might bother you. The bars feel too spaced out. The gap between them is too wide. To fix this, make sure the bars are selected. Right-click and choose Format Data Series. In the panel, you'll find a gap width slider. Drag it left to decrease the spacing, or right to increase it. I'll narrow the gap a bit there. That looks more balanced. Time for data labels. Click the plus, select data labels, and they'll appear on the outside edge of your bars by default. I want mine inside, at the end of each bar. When you click one label, it selects all of them, which means any formatting you apply affects the entire set. I'll increase the font size, switch to white text, and make them bold. Adding and customizing trend lines. Trend lines. They show the general direction your data is heading. Click the plus icon and select Trend Line. A line appears, illustrating the overall sales trend across your region. Want to customize it? Select the trend line, right-click, and choose Format Trend Line. You can change the type of trend line, linear, exponential, and so on, plus adjust the color and other styling options. One quick tip,
Some chart elements are small and tricky to click, like trend lines or grid lines. If you're struggling to select something with your mouse, there's an easier way. Go to the Format tab and find the drop-down in the first group. This menu lists every element in your chart. Just pick what you need, say chart title or major grid lines, and Excel will select it for you, much less frustrating. For example, if I want to format the grid lines, I select major grid lines from that drop-down, and now I can change their color. I'll go with a light green for this one. Working with the bar chart. The bar chart needs attention too. I'll add a title, income, and bold it. There's no legend visible right now, so I need to turn that on. The legend helps viewers understand what each bar represents. I'll click the plus, enable legend, and move it to the top, just below the title. Data labels would help here too. I'll add them and leave them on the outside end this time. It suits this particular layout. One thing I notice, there's an axis title that just says income. It's redundant in this context and clutters the chart. To remove it, just click the text box and press delete. Gone. Styling a stacked column chart. For the stacked column chart, I'll add the title sales, and you guessed it, bold it with Control B. Adding data labels here makes the chart much more informative. I'll select each set and apply bold formatting so they're easier to read at a glance. The legend might work better on the right side, so I'll move it there. And I want to change the background color of the plot area. With the plot area selected, go to Format and pick a fill color from your palette. Light gray works nicely. Grid lines aren't adding much value here, so I'll turn them off. Click the plus and uncheck grid line. The result is a clean, professional-looking stacked chart. Finishing touches on a map chart. Finally, the map chart. There's not as much to do here, but let's polish it up. Add a title, states, make it bold. The Chart Design tab offers some style options worth exploring. Hover over them to preview different looks. After checking a few, I'm actually sticking with the original style. Sometimes the default works best. Data labels will help here, showing the actual population values on each state. And to wrap things up, I might switch the color palette. Colorful Palette 3 gives me a nice fresh look. That's how you take basic charts and transform them into something worth presenting. There's a lot more you can do with chart formatting, but what we've covered here gives you a solid foundation. The best way to get comfortable? Open Excel, grab some charts, and just experiment.